to attempt to make a guitar hanger. I don't think I'm going to do a very nice job. Actually, scrap that. 3/8 by 3/4.
Oh man, I made a mess out of that. Well, I'd say, of course I'm gonna hit the other end of it and ruin the shoulder anyway. Ooh, that's not even close. So, apparently this one's a test piece. Yeah. Tip's totally gone now. Probably because I'm working this way too cold for, a hot chisel. This same chisel, I just filed the end back while the part was heating. Looks like I've got about 1/8 of an inch left to go, so I'm going to be pretty careful here this last little bit because I don't want to cut through my part into the anvil. Not that it would be a huge deal. The spot that I'm cutting in actually is just welding electrode where I stick welded a little void in the steel face. That's about the pop. This one's going to be tricky, trying to get that pucker back out of it without damaging it. I think I'll have to make a fixture to bend these up if I end up making a bunch of them. Alright, I'm going to spend some time with a file and clean it up and see what it looks like after I've, done some work to make it look less terrible. So here it is. I think it's a good start. I got a little bit thin here, chasing out a crack. I don't like it, so this is actually going to go in the trash. I was actually playing around with it last night, and I realized that this is plenty strong enough. I was actually like trying to pry it, pull it apart, and I can't even bend it by hand. So I'm actually going to go ahead and run with it because I don't have any instruments that are worth really protecting very seriously anyway. I'm going to make some kind of wall plate that's going to need a spacer to hold the to hold the shank on, and then I'm going to make a collar out of this that the spine of the hanger will fit through, and then we'll have to take it from there. Like I said, I don't really know how any of this is actually going to get done just yet. I'm kind of making it up as I go. But didn't get quite as much length as I wanted, but I'll still be able to get 2 out of this because I only need like 2 inches, but I wanted to get enough length that I could do more than one, and I try to straighten this without wrecking the twist and flattening the corners. It's going to take at least 2 heats to get this straightened out. One in the middle to get the center of the twist straightened out. And then we got to cool it down and reheat it down here in the center. Now you don't actually want to heat into the twist there because it will bend beyond the area that you have heated. So you want to make sure to constrain most of your heat outside of the bend if you're trying to straighten out the very end of the twist. You don't want to heat up any part of the twist. You heat below it because just the residual heat will let it bend much higher up. Same thing when you're trying to upset metal. If you're going to if you want to upset the last 3 inches, you only heat the last 1.5 inches because the residual heat will allow it to deform beyond the actual area that you have it heated. So I'm going to go ahead and cool that off. I'm going to chop it up with a angle grinder and see if I can't. Oh, I just realized I've got an offset in here. So we're not quite ready to go yet. This is some 1/4 by 1.25 inches. I think this is what I'm going to go ahead and mount it to, at least for this demo, or for this test piece. I'm going to have to drift a hole that I can fit the circlip and the back of the shaft through, and then probably use another bolster on top of that to give it enough space to sit behind. Got it heated a little bit too far up the twist there. I'm going to hit up here. And you see, because of where the heat is, it actually bent it down here. Alright, so how much did I cut here? 9 3/8 inches. Where I'm gonna have to drift a hole in the center, and then I want to draw this out, and I'm going to make like a double spiral around it. Oops. So mark center. Now, I need to touch up my punch. And then I'm going to give it about 1 inch either side. Nah, let's go with 3/4. We'll go with 3/4 of an inch. And this is of course going to be on the back side of the piece. My marks are. What happened there? I'm going to go ahead and leave the end feathered out a little bit, just as an aesthetic choice. I think I want to really draw this out and get that thinned out quite a bit more. I'd really like some more length on it. Alright, let's get the other end. Let's take that back down to size first. It's a little chunky. And I guess I could probably make this taper a little more consistent too. Alright, so now we're at an even length. Now I just gotta go through, clean up. I still need to finish the finial here. I'm going for like a penny end kind of deal, but pointing up for, you know, whatever. And then I'm going to make a bolster plate out of this little random piece I cut off. It's about 1.5 inches by 1.25 inches. I don't really know how much material I need, that's why I just kind of guesstimated. I'm going to make kind of like a oval, ellipse, kind of eye shape. The twisted section will get welded to this. This will get welded to the bar with the hole slotted in it. And then we'll be able to put the circlip on the backside. This probably would have been smarter to do while it was still on its parent bar. Certainly would have been easier to manipulate. But I don't always make the best decisions. Pretty close already. And this thing really wants to bounce. I think the rest of that will probably finish out with the I think the rest of the shape will finish out with a grinder and a file. It was on my stand already. What the hell did I do with it? kind of look more like nipples, don't they? All right. I probably should not have put that on yet. Because I'm most likely not going to be able to get it off. But that's okay. We'll live with it. Alright, so this is the metal work portion of this job done. I'm okay with how it came out. I'm not super pleased with it. I struggled with my torch. It didn't. I tried to gas weld this together at first, and that really fought me. I don't know. I don't get along with this new torch I've got like at all. And I don't know how much of it is me, how much of it is the torch, and frankly, I just haven't taken the time to figure out which one it is. It's a cheap Chinese thing that I bought off Amazon. Actually, my wife bought it for me, being the amazing woman that she is. Yeah, I don't know if it's me or what, but I do not get along with it like at all. So I ended up using my flux core welder, and that was ugly and just not very nice. I mean, it works fine, and I know it's solid, and I'm not gonna even have a second thought about hanging anything I own off of it. But it's just, I ended up trying to braze around it. Yeah, I ended up brazing it in the forge because I could not get my torch to cooperate with me. Anyhow, it could still use a little bit more cleaning up and so on. I still need to figure out what I'm going to put on the fork itself to protect the instruments. I've also got some rubber hose. The rubber hose is probably going to be my first option because I can just slip it on and put it to use and I don't got to worry about it. I don't know. I'm a fickle bastard and I never know what I'm going to do one day to the next. So anyhow, I do want to make these with a different kind of backing plate because they're, because this is quite labor intensive. I hope you enjoyed it, and I am going to be done for today. So enjoy yourself, and I have no idea what I'm going to do next. Yeah, I hope you will stick around for it.